Welcome to Murder Unedited. I'm Ipsha, and I'm joined by my co-host Raph and Neha. Welcome to the show, you guys.
Hi.
Raph decided to roar right before as I hit record. It just threw us off. So today we're going to be playing a game, and before I describe what the game is, I like to mention that there is quite a few trigger warnings. All the specific trigger warnings will be in the description below or on the side, but it's basic true crime stuff, murder, sexual assault, and everything you can think of. So, not a few episodes ago, I shared that I watched this YouTube video where content creators try the last meal of death row inmates. And they kind of like say their opinion, they learn what the crime was, why they were convicted and executed. So the game is similar, except for unfortunately, I can't get you the food items. Uber Eats said no, so I couldn't get you them. But I'm going to be telling you what the items are. You're going to tell me your thoughts of the last meal. And if you have any opinions, if you want to share what you think the person did, you're welcome to do so. Then I'm going to tell you who the inmate was and what they did. And then you can tell me if feelings have changed or what you know about the case. It'll be very quick. I have about 4. I think this episode will be a success to me if I can at least get through 2. Because I do go into a little description and stuff, and I think it'll be fun. The game is I'm going to call it The Last Meal. Okay, are you ready for the first one?
Why not Last Supper?
I thought of that. Might as well go there. So, are you ready for the first meal or supper? Okay.
Actually, no. Yeah, let's stick with meal.
Yeah. Okay, last meal. Okay,
Okay.
your first one is 2 pints of mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Yes.
That's it?
That's it.
Is it lactose free?
I don't think so. I think they would have mentioned it.
It doesn't even matter. If it's my last meal, who cares about lactose?
Okay. So, wait, we're guessing who would want this, right? Like what they would have done as a crime?
You can. I'm going to tell you afterwards. I was hoping to get more of like what your thoughts was on this last meal, and if you had any like if you think you can guess who it is or what you think they did.
Okay.
Like this is a real last meal.
Sorry?
This is a real last meal?
This is a real last meal. This person had this last meal in 2001.
I was just going to ask, how long ago was this?
I should mention that most of these people are actually all of these people are from the United States because we don't have the death sentence in Canada, so I couldn't find a lot of last meal of Canadian people. So all of them are from the United States. Don't search it up.
I'm not. No. That'd be terrible. That'd just be cheating. But anyways, I can see it if it's a nostalgia thing, you know. You're like, I'm about to book it from this earth, so I'll have but chocolate mint?
I feel like someone, honestly, like I feel like someone who was like a child molester requested this last meal because they're like, oh, it's like children and ice cream and, you know. Because I don't know many adults that enjoy mint chocolate chip besides myself.
I'm sorry. Do you recognize what you just said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
PSA, I'm not a child molester.
we do background checks, don't worry, you guys.
Oh my God.
I don't want like my voice altered to say something else.
Yeah, guys, this is also why she's speaking so quietly.
Yeah. I was gonna say, because I feel like if you got a reaction, because if this is not lactose free, I feel like they would probably delay your execution.
Like intentionally? No, but like how long after the meal is the execution?
That I actually don't know.
Like, is it
I think it's the night before.
Oh, so it's enough time.
Yeah, I think in like shows and stuff, it's usually the night before.
Because I guess most executions happen in the morning when they show it, right?
Yeah. Okay, Are you ready to find out who this person is?
Mm-hmm. All right, go for it.
Okay, so this inmate is Timothy McVeigh. He was behind the Oklahoma City bombing in April 1995. He detonated a truck full of homemade explosives outside the Alfred P. Murrow building. It's a government building, and it had a daycare center as well, I think, on the bottom level. The explosion killed 168 people, including 19 children. His motives behind this crime was that he held extreme anti-government views and right-wing militant views, and it was said that he was angry over the Waco siege in 1993, which was a standoff between the U.S. federal government and a cult group called Branch Davidians. The face-off took 51 days, started in February 28th, and went to April 19th, 1993. He was also angry about the Ruby Ridge incident, which was an 11-day standoff in 1992 between the federal agents of the U.S. This included marshals and FBI snipers, and Randy Weaver, and his family. And Randy Weaver is a self-proclaimed white supremacist. So yeah, he was executed in June 11, 2021 by lethal injection.
Okay.
Interesting.
Not what I was expecting at all.
No, yeah. So yeah, if anybody who's listening to this episode, if you're interested in getting a full detail of any of these cases, you can let us know and we'll do the research. Okay, how are we feeling? Ready for the next one?
Ready.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so the next one is boiled eggs, dry toast, and coffee.
Oh, this is a sociopath. Oh, man. Really?
What year was this one?
This one was 1896.
Huh?
Oh, okay, hold up. Never mind. That's maybe a bit more understandable. If we're thinking about the year.
Do you know what state it was in?
That they got executed?
Yeah.
I actually didn't note that, unfortunately.
Tisk, tisk.
Shame, we know your name. I can't think who this would be because 1896, my knowledge doesn't go back that far.
It's about to, with boiled eggs and dry toast.
I can't even guess, like,
do you think
what kind of personality would be associated to this because it's all the way back then?
Do you think they, like, use the boiled eggs as, like, a topping for the toast, like, mashed it up?
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
So he's a fancy guy.
An egg sandwich. Yeah. Still ew, but okay.
I feel like this is, like, murder. But I feel like it's not, like, fucked up murder. This is, like, business rivalry or something.
Okay.
I don't even know. It could be anyone.
Okay, are you guys ready to find out?
Yep.
Okay, this is actually someone you've mentioned to me before. It's H.H. Holmes.
Ooh.
Wait, Neha's mentioned him before?
No, you have, Raph.
I've mentioned him before.
Yeah. No, I don't think it was on the podcast, but I've known H.H. Holmes before because I've listened to the podcast, but you've mentioned H.H. Holmes before to me. So I was like, I might as well put him in.
I think it was, like, in relation to one of the cases you guys, maybe Raph had an episode on, and he was mentioned as being, like, part of it or in the realm of that person that was being talked about.
Yeah, definitely.
I am blanking so hard right now.
Okay, so do you want me? I'll tell you the details. So H.H. Holmes was known as the American Jack the Ripper. In fact, there are many theories that state that H.H. Holmes was the actual Jack the Ripper because Jack the Ripper was active during the time H.H. Holmes was not active in America. It's been said that he was traveling. I doubt that, but if we ever do an episode on H.H. Holmes, I will talk about that there. So he was born in May 16th, 1861 in Gilmanto, New Hampshire as Herman Webster Mudgett and is one of the first modern serial killers in history.
Sorry.
Herman Webster Mudgett.
Oh, goodness.
I would be killing people too if I had that name.
No, we should not be laughing. Gotta take this seriously. People lost their lives, guys. No.
So there is an aspect of business rivalry in this, but that wasn't the only reason why he did kill. So Holmes built what was known as the Murder Castle. It was a 3-story hotel, and it had hidden rooms, trapdoors, secret passages, rooms leading into another rooms, and all that. And then there was sound-proof rooms as well. This is where he would lure his victims, torture them, kill them, and dispose of their bodies. I think one of the rooms even had like a pit where it just kind of like a drop room, like the floor would open up, the body would drop.
Yeah. I remember this now. Because we were talking about murder hotels. And I was trying to remember one, I think that was in Paris, where like the rooms were all configured weird. To like allow the killer to like move between rooms into people's spaces, kill them, and whatever.
People would get confused, right? Like they couldn't figure their way out of it. I think like there's a couple in the U.S., right?
Yeah, actually, I think H.H. Holmes built a few, but I could be wrong. It is estimated that he killed around 20 to 200 people, but he only confessed to 27. He was executed on May 7th, 1896 by hanging.
Oh yeah, hanging was a thing.
Yes, hanging was a thing. Okay, ready for the next one?
All right, we're ready.
Let's go.
A cup of coffee.
Oh, come on.
Who was that?
Also,
I remember.
I want the records to show that for the last one, I was like sociopath, and I was kind of right.
Yeah, you were.
Yes, you were right.
Yeah. You both were kind of right.
Raph was more right.
Yeah, you were getting there. Maybe next time what I'm going to do is I'll have like a picture, so like maybe that will help.
But isn't that like giving it away?
No, picture of like the food.
Oh, well, but we can picture the food in her mind.
I don't know, maybe like actually seeing it, it'll like be like, okay, I can see it. It looks like this. Who would like this texture? Who would like this, you know?
But are you going to pull up like a picture of their actual meal? Like
no.
the way it looked then? Or
I'll
like
try though.
Modern day one? Like something from like Waffle House or something? Like modern day eggs and toast with coffee.
I could try to like see H. Holmes scrambled eggs on toast or whatever, boiled eggs on toast.
Boiled eggs, yeah. Okay, so just a cup of coffee.
Just a cup of coffee.
This is somebody who probably thinks very highly of themselves. Okay. I can even imagine them just like sitting cross-legged, just like, you know.
Was there a cigarette involved?
No cigarette involved.
Oh. And what's the year? And the state?
In the state, yes. It was 2002.
Oh, what state or city?
Don't have the state. I'll do that next time, you guys. I didn't think that I didn't think this through. I did this last night.
Okay, all right. So 2002, and just I think this is going to be another serial killer.
I agree with you.
Okay, are you ready?
Ready.
Her name is Eileen Wuornos, and she was, I think, one of the first female serial killers. Born in Troy, Michigan, February 29th, 1956. Eileen had a very difficult childhood. She was abandoned by her parents, and then she lived with her grandparents, but I don't think she had a great relationship with them. She was also sexually assaulted by the neighbors. So, as a young adult, she turned to sex work to support herself. However, between the years of 1989 and 1990, she killed 7 men by shooting them at point blank range. She claimed she was defending herself from rape. Her case caused a lot of controversy because of her mental health. She was diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder and borderline personality disorder. And it was believed that she probably didn't fully understand the consequences of her action or what she was even doing. Her defense team did argue all that, but the court deemed her competent to stand trial. There was a lot of questions regarding the treatment of women in the justice system, especially those who are victim to abuse or going through mental health issues. She was executed October 9, 2002 by lethal injection.
Okay.
Cup of coffee makes sense.
Yeah. Like a
Resigned
good cup of coffee. I've seen like so many pictures of her recently. I don't know why, but yeah, thought I should put her in. Are you ready for the last person?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Steak, eggs, and hash brown.
That is the most regular one out of everything.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't find a lot from this, but a lot of people who didn't request for last meal had a similar kind of meal such as this, except for there was no steak. So this person might have actually asked for the steak specifically.
But isn't that like a weird combination?
It definitely is.
Steak, eggs, and hash?
Hash brown, yeah.
It's not
like
that
breakfast,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, you'll see it at like old school diners sometimes.
Breakfast.
Like steak, though.
Yeah, steak.
Okay, so
I don't know, guys. I'm a vegetarian.
True.
What's the year?
They were executed 1989.
Okay, 1989. This was a family man. Yeah. And he lost his job at some point. And then he got really mad. He was an alcoholic as well. And then he killed his family.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How off am I? Really
You're
off,
off.
I guess. Man, just giving the whole like narrative for nothing. All right, hit us.
Yeah. Now, do you have any guesses before I?
As soon as Raph said family man, I was like, okay, steak, eggs, and hash browns. Like, I see the picture. And then I was like, okay, he killed his family because that's the train I got on too. And then you're like, no, that's off. So now I don't know.
I'll try to include more vegetarian meals next time.
No, it's okay because now that I'm thinking the year this person was like executed, I feel like maybe it was like, if you go back and look, were they from one of like the Midwestern states? Or was this from one of those states?
I actually don't know where the state is. Keep talking while I do some Google mapping.
Okay. Because the last dinner vibe, the last meal vibe is giving Midwestern.
I really hope the typing is caught on the record too.
Because like, look at us, just a bunch of Canadians.
Yeah.
No, it's not in the West.
Is it in the East?
Yeah.
Oh. What's the state?
Is it like New England or something?
Well, this person's from Vermont.
Oh, that's a nice place, though.
Vermont, our sworn enemies.
Why are they?
Why are they the sworn enemies?
Yeah.
Because they also produce maple syrup.
Oh, okay. Well,
we're competitors in maple syrup.
Like, do you think do you think this person had maple syrup on their hash brown?
Wouldn't it say if they did?
I'm just asking.
Or condiments are not included.
Condiments are not included. You have to request for that too.
Oh gosh.
Okay, so are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Ready.
This is Ted Bundy.
I was right.
Family Man?
Yeah. On the surface, anyways.
Okay.
Yes, he killed and he cheated and all of that stuff, but
He had a
in
family?
the end, yeah, he did. He had a wife.
Oh, I had
Pretty
no
sure he had
idea.
kids too. You didn't watch the Zac Efron remake?
No.
Okay, I really should not say it like that because it's not like, you know, it's him. But just when that movie came out, or it was a movie or it was a series, I don't know. And everyone was losing their minds.
Girls were fawning over Ted Bundy.
Yeah, because it was being played by
Zac Efron.
But even in the past, if you've seen photos of him, he's, you know, very handsome. So he had his own fan base too back then.
I didn't get too detailed into Ted Bundy because it was like 2 a.m. But he was born in Burlington, Vermont, November 24th, 1946. He was known to kill at least 30 women across several states. He targeted women with long dark hair parted in the middle. His victims were found in secluded areas or near college campuses. He was known to be manipulative, charming, and very intelligent. All these characteristics allowed him to evade law enforcement but also lure victims. He was executed in January 24th, 1989 by electric chair. So I only had 4 because I thought that would probably take us over, but we're done. Congratulations.
We survived.
Okay, so we had 2 lethal injections, 1 hanging and 1 electric chair.
Yes.
No doubt. All right.
What do you think?
How about what?
Like overall about the meals and about the meals mostly because it's called Last Meal.
You could see a little bit of the personality, I guess, in the choices, but like as we saw, we were also still kind of off. But here's a question. Might be kind of morbid, but what are you guys' choices for last meals?
Honestly, if I was to pick from this selection right here.
Do not pick from this selection. The hell? No. Why would you do that to yourself? It's the last thing you're gonna eat.
No, if I was to choose, let me just, because we talked about these. We know what these are. We know these things get offered because not a lot of things get offered. They do, but whatever. I would probably go for the cup of coffee and 2 pints of chocolate chip ice cream.
It was mint chocolate chip.
Yeah, mint chocolate chip ice cream. I really like mint chocolate chip though.
Neha, remember what you said earlier?
Yeah, Raph. Remember what I said earlier?
That's the metric.
And a cup of coffee.
Just slide it down the hatch.
I think maybe chicken nuggets. McDonald's chicken nuggets.
That's not even chicken.
Wait,
and I know that.
That's not chicken.
Isn't that like fake chicken?
It's fake chicken?
We've been having a fake chicken?
Isn't it? Isn't that what they said all these years?
No
Never
way.
heard.
I've always heard that.
Okay,
did the people who told you that, were they vegetarian?
No, they ate meat. They were diehard fans of that.
Okay, the chicken McNuggets are not fake. They are made from 100% white meat chicken.
Yeah, Neha.
Okay.
Sheesh. Okay, that was kind of strong.
Yeah, I think I would do chicken nuggets.
Okay.
With some hot mustard sauce.
No.
What would you do?
Okay. So, don't judge too harshly. Okay.
Out loud, okay.
I have exactly. We do not judge how.
I'll text Neha afterwards.
Puts it in the
when I was a
chat.
kid, I invented something that isn't really an invention, but it brought me a lot of comfort. So I would have it a lot of times after school. And for the sake of nostalgia, it's the only thing I can think of right now that I would have. And it is 2 pieces of bread with ice cream in between.
So ice cream sandwich?
Yes.
Was the bread toasted?
No.
What flavor of ice cream?
I like this theme of ice cream.
Chocolate caramel, I think.
And what type of bread?
Yeah.
Just white bread.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it? Like, you wouldn't want to level it up or anything?
No, that's it.
Like toast bread with some sugar. Like, get a nice sugar crisp.
A layer of caramel.
Warm bread.
Honestly,
and cold ice cream.
Because it's like my last meal and I know it's my last meal, I'm going the way of like the lady with the coffee.
Is that like a struggle meal you came up with in childhood?
Huh?
Was that a struggle meal you came up with in childhood?
No, it was just because I was hungry one day after school and there was nothing. And then I saw ice cream, I saw bread, and I'm like, I'm a genius. Except everyone who's ever seen me make it just
judged him.
Watch. So really, I shouldn't be saying anything about somebody picking like mint chocolate as their ice cream or whatever the heck. When that's
Man's
my
over here
choice.
eating literal ice cream sandwiches.
Literal ice cream sandwiches, yes.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't like hate on you too much for that because like when I don't want to make anything or there's nothing to eat, I'll take bread and just drizzle sriracha on it and just eat that.
Raph turned around. Just spun around on his chair.
Almost spit out his water. God. If I was feeling fancy and I had the energy and it was room temperature, I would put some butter on the bread. Mm-hmm. But I didn't. That's not good. That's not what I would choose as a last meal.
Yeah. I feel like if we okay, so if Neha requested that as a last meal, I think like they just send her to like the mental health ward and cancel her execution. Just be like, execution canceled. We're going to redo the trial. The previous one was a mistrial. I don't think she is fit to stand trial.
Declaring NTR.
They might, depending on what she's in for, they might be like, I understand now.
Maybe.
Oh gosh. Maybe. That was just timed really well.
Yeah, but your last meal, Neha?
That's really hard. I don't know. I have a lot of things that I like. And if it can't be something homemade, then like commercially, I don't know. Like I think I'd want to enjoy it. I wouldn't just do like something that I've had a lot in my life. It would make it something. Maybe like fondue. Mm-hmm. Maybe like fondue.
What and I could have fondue, like
though? Huh?
What kind of fondue?
Oh, chocolate. But the one that's like turtle, with the caramel. I'd make sure I have all the dips, like the dipping things, like the fruit, the brownie, cheesecake bite. Maybe have a cheese one as well. I don't know. Depends how far after I'm being executed, like
she's going out in style.
Effect. Maybe have some noodles on, like I would make it like a full table. A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah, totally understandable.
Have some coffee, maybe. I don't know. What else? There's some matcha. Have some matcha on there.
So when I was doing like this, I think you would go with matcha for sure. When I was doing this research, there was a couple of criminals who had like a whole layout of food, but they either didn't eat it or they just had like a simple drink of glass of water out of everything that they were given and requested. So I feel like if that was me, I might be that person who like gets like a table full of stuff, but only have the cup of coffee.
Or you just want to have it, like just take it in, the smell, the look.
Yeah. And you have to consider like knowing that you're going to be executed the next day or the day after. There's a lot going through your head. So I don't know if I'd like a lot of these people when you read about them, they don't really have the appetite to eat. And yeah, maybe like a cup of coffee is like, let me save the government some money and just go with a nicely brewed cup of tea.
They might also have price limits. That's something
true,
we should
yeah.
look at next time.
Oh, okay.
You can't order anything over like $40 or something like that.
Yeah, I know like Texas, I read like one of the inmates, he also ordered like a big meal, but like he didn't eat any of it. So Texas got rid of their last meal completely.
What?
Yeah, that's what I read. I don't know if they brought it back or what's going on. I don't really pay attention to like news when it comes to like which states have the death penalty and what they do with it, but that's what I read that shortly after Texas got rid of last meal requests.
I see.
Then I also what I did is I took like controversial like people who might have been killed while they were in jail and started looking to see if they had any like notes of what they possibly could have had, but there was none. So yes, anyways, that is the episode and we're close to time, so thank you so much for joining me, you two. And
yeah, we should do more next time.
Definitely. I actually have a part 2 figured out and it's kind of funny.
I like this. It's fun.
Yeah, we'll definitely do this again in a couple of episodes. So, yes, thank you for joining us. If there's any cases that you enjoyed, let us know in the comments or DM us. We will do a full research. Timothy McVeigh is actually kind of interesting. I started listening to a video while doing this write up, so I might actually at some point do his story. Other than that, I hope everybody has a wonderful day and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.